Hey everyone, how's it going? So I'm just heading out past Barara to Pie in the Sky, the old Pacific Highway. Western Motorcycles have actually put on a ride day for their Royal Enfield 650 motorcycles. And I'm booked in to have a ride on one. On paper, this bike represents a pretty good value. It's a 650cc motorcycle. It's under 10 grand right away. They're probably pushing down to 9 if you try. So there's been a whole lot of hype around these bikes. It's another new offering from Royal Enfield. They're trying. Looks like they're having a go at the mid-size market. They're very good looking, what I call they've got a nice 60s look about them. If you like a bit of cafe races, these will definitely tick all the boxes. Looks like we've had a bit of rain out here, so hopefully this ride's still on. Mustang, Chev, nice. Alright, so I'm on the Interceptor. It's done 1,500 Ks. Alright. And we're off. Maybe not. This gear is quite reasonably tall, which would be good in traffic. Police officer. Alright. Just going to go nice and gentle. So in standard form it's quite smooth, as you'd expect for a new bike. It's not too heavy, it feels quite light when you're riding it. Because I've been riding the Grisso, it's probably a bit of an unfair comparison, but with the brakes, but the brakes, even though they're By-Bit brakes, they're quite nice. Oops, water. That's not too spirited a ride, being a test ride. But it's the best way to get. It's a good way to get familiar with the bike. Okay. I do like the handlebar positions on this one. On the Interceptor, it's more upright. Without mountain acceleration, more than adequate for a mid-sized bike. Rear brake feels the pedals are a bit low, probably needs to be adjusted a bit better. Feels like a bit of a reach down for it, but really only a minor complaint. The mirrors, yeah, trying to adjust them on the fly, probably not the best idea. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, mirrors aren't too bad. Aren't too bad at all. Nope, no photo opportunity today. What a shame. Rolling 60 to 80 in fourth gear. Not bad, does the job. Being a twin cylinder 650, I'm not expecting neck snapping acceleration. And this one is nice and linear. The way I make this sound is like it's underpowered, and I think it's more than ampere power, especially for what it is. It's a type of bike you're meant to ride daily. I'd use this on a regular basis, taking it to and from work. Seat's big enough for 2 up, I believe, and there's enough power here to comfortably double that second person. I do like the riding position. It's not hard on my neck or back. Typical Sunday on Old Pacific Highway, there's coppers everywhere. Just something you've got to accept. It will never change. You get everything along the Old Pacific on a Sunday. Old cars, sports cars, bikes, all sorts of bikes. I think there's a great initiative by both Western Motorcycles and Surf City Motorcycles on hosting a ride day on a Sunday. So a big shout out to them. Yeah, not all of us can get to the bike dealerships on a Monday to Friday, or even a Saturday for that matter. There's Mr. Police Officer just hidden down there. The seat, it's nice and flat. It's not sure how it will hold up on after a few hours. I think there's a touring seat available for this one, and if you're going to be doing a lot of kilometres, I'd probably recommend that. But be able to comment more on this seat after the ride. Apparently it's meant to be a 40-minute ride on it to get familiar with it. Seagull. Let's get down the Seagull. Gonna let the front rider get away a bit. Let the second rider catch up, then I might give it a bit of a squirt. Come on, mate. There we go. So this should be a lot of fun, this section. It's a nice bend. Put the little interceptor through its paces. I am loving the upright handlebar position. I said it's quite comfy. Nothing hurts, which is nice for a change. Normally on sports bikes, it'll hurt my back, shoulders, and all that, just being hunched over. Quite a neutral position and very comfy. I said I'm not going to be going flat out because, well, it's a test ride. It's a group test ride, so we're just going to putter along. If you speak to the guys at Surfside or Western Motorcycles, I'm sure they'll be able to hook you up with a test ride through the week when you're on your own. And you can spend a bit more time on it, get a feel for it. said, you can't knock the acceleration or the braking capacity of the bike. It does the job nicely. Gauges are quite basic, but you do have a fuel gauge, which I love fuel gauges on bikes, especially when you're not familiar with the bike. So it comes with ABS, which is great. These are also learner approved, so if you're just getting into bikes, this would be, I reckon this would be a good starter bike for you. Talking with one of the salesmen, servicing's a little more frequent than like the average Japanese bike. This one comes in for servicing every 5,000 Ks. But a lot of it you can probably do yourself, especially the oil change. It looks quite simple. The oil field is easy to get to. And who would buy this bike? Well, those that want a classic, like a 60s looking bike. This one ticks all the boxes there. If you've convinced your other half to get a bike and it's got to be under a certain amount, this one being under 10 grand, again ticks all the boxes, 3 years warranty on it. I don't think you can go wrong really. And even more experienced riders, they just commuting, if you need a bike to commute to and from work, this wouldn't be too bad. Gearbox is quite a sweet, it's very smooth, easy to change the gear into. Overall, yeah, not bad at all. What I do like about this capacity of bike, it sits in that mid-sized category of insurance, so it's not going to cost an absolute fortune to register or insure. But check with your local insurance agencies. But in my age bracket, these very, very cheap proposition to run. The tyres aren't ridiculously sized. The power's not that much that's going to shred the tyres to bits. That's part of the argument with when you're trying to get a bike. The argument is that bikes are cheaper to run than cars, and sports bikes just aren't. But this one, this is the one you could get across the line. It's new, it's under warranty. Even if you didn't have a deposit, the repayments on this one wouldn't stretch you as much as say a sports bike 600, or even the adventure tourers. The Tenere I rode yesterday was 17 grand, so this one comes in 7 grand cheaper. Now, don't get me wrong, the Tenere is a different bike altogether, different application. But this is a bit of fun too. Like, I don't think you need the Clubman type bar. You can throw this around the corner quite easily. But if you've got bad shoulders or back, this bike would not being too heavy either. It's very neutral, very easy to ride, and be good for a returning rider, someone that might have had a bike in the 70s or wants to get back into it. This wouldn't be a bad thing. I said, good as a second bike that you use as a daily commuter. If your wife wants to, or your partner wants to get into riding, they could definitely cut their teeth on this with no issue. It's not unpredictable. It's not scary. They're not going to be put into a position where they're uncomfortable. Oh, look at that old car, very nice. All clients, Citroens, Peugeots, was that MGB, VH Holden, nice. I think that's a HJ, or Ducati. That's right, you get on the the old Pacific Highway on a Sunday, you'll get all sorts of cars, and then you definitely get cop cars. They're everywhere. There's quite no distractions on the bike. It's quite comfy. My boots aren't rubbing against anything. Now, as far as reliability goes, too hard to say at the moment. I've only been out for, I don't think any more than 12 months to 2 years, I think. I'll double check that. So you're really not going to find the faults with it, but according to those in the know, they said a lot of development went into this bike. And a lot of testing to make sure it was, they weren't going to have issues with it. They don't want it getting a bad reputation. Time will tell. I think it represents pretty good value. I love this colour, this orange colour. Oh, looks great. They also come in black. There's one there with a chrome tank. I'm not a fan of chrome tanks. Yeah, they look good, but I don't think I own one. This orange colour, it really speaks to me. Now, at low speed, this is quite easy to manage. Nothing unpredictable. Turn around. Just that brake, it's just a bit low. So this one's got some go fast bits on it, an aftermarket exhaust, air filter. What else has it got? It feels like an aftermarket seat. This chrome tank. I believe this one is the owner's. Geez, it sounds nice. Alright, so this is the Interceptor with a few good bits on it. A nice little fairing, aftermarket exhaust, and aftermarket air filter. Oh, listen to that. That sounds good. Oh my god, that sounds good. And he said one in this guy is looking about 11.5 grand. Let's back it off. Let's back it off. Let's back it off. Come on, get away from me. Alright. Oh. This sounds cool. I can see where you'd spend the extra and get the exhaust put on. That is amazing. When you're off the throttle, yeah, this is much better sorted than the standard one, and as you'd expect it, it's the aftermarket gear. It's going to give it better performance, also better deceleration. You back off the back it off, and it's got quite a nice note. The seat, oh, definitely the seat. I'd definitely get the upgraded seat, like I said earlier. That's merely a suggestion. I think that'd be standard, especially if especially if you're a guy over 100 kilos and a bony ass. Definitely the seat is the go. Oh, this is nice. I can see what all the hype is about this one. You just want to roll that accelerator on. Oh, I wasn't expecting to ride this, but this is cool. Give it a bit of gas in a sec. Let's give it a breeze. Oh, that is beautiful. Now the exhaust is a nice note, but it's not too intrusive. And we've gone over the 10 grand budget that I said, this provides good value, but I think it would be worth the extra. I think you'll get a bike you're much happier with. Not that you wouldn't be happy with it in standard form, but I think you'll be a lot happier. This is what you'd picture riding a bike, and how it would sound and how it would feel. this is what more of what you'd expect. So I believe this is this bike belongs to the owner of Surfside Garage, so he knows exactly what modifications this one has, and he'll be able to go right through with you. But wow, I'm glad I had to go on this one. Now I was just going to keep riding the orange one, but the orange Interceptor. Wow, that's all the comfort with all the cool sound. This is good. We'll back off in a second. You guys get away. This is good. This, oh yeah, baby. Still got the same issue with the brake. It just feels that touch bit low, but I think you can adjust that, and that's what I'd do. That's the rear brake, sorry. Oh, this thing is magic. I know I'm gushing over it, but just such a difference of a few decent mods made to a bike. So would I get one? Well, my personal preference would be the Interceptor because I like how upright the bars are. The GT does have a nice cafe racer look to it, but I don't know, I like the position. I like being upright, especially if I'm looking at this as a daily commuter. Geez, if I was a dealership, I'd do 2 test rides. So right, ride the standard one, and if they're slightly interested, I'd put them on this one because this one would seal the deal, I reckon. So we can get it going like this. I think it was only for an extra $2 grand, but it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh. Listen to that note when you back off, it sounds quite good. I like backing away. I'll back right off. Let it go away. It's close enough, then I'll... Under hard acceleration, it does struggle changing the gears, but that just might be me. Oh. With this exhaust, you do find yourself wanting to get on the accelerator a bit more and just enjoy the note of the bike. Shame you can't do a bit of highway use. Just to get a feel for what it's like on the highway. You could probably test ride one of these during the weekdays. Take it for a good run. Spend a day on it. I don't think you'd be disappointed, you know. please like, share, and subscribe. Every little bit helps my channel. Anyway, thanks once again for watching, and I'll see you on the next vid. What I have noticed a little bit, there's a bit of vibration coming back through the bars after riding it for a bit. I hope this is an 80 zone. I'm in a world of hurt.